Hello everybody, today we're going to be reviewing every Metal Gear Solid game, ranking every single one. I have to warn you, I am a bit of a Metal Gear Solid whiz myself. Some might even call me Metal Gear John, but that's just what they say. And we're starting off with this one. Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. I have no idea why these aren't categorized, so I'm gonna put these two next to each other. By the way, I'm doing this on tier maker, so it might be a little, I don't know, whatever. Might be a little whatever. But basically, uh, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake was the second game in the series. I'm not sure what it is chronologically. I think it might be. I have no idea actually. But I gotta say, pretty solid gameplay. I'm gonna put it in B though. The original Metal Gear, first game that ever came out. I have to say, it's not my favorite. I I honestly think it's a little overrated, mainly because of the fact that, well, if you just compare it to a lot of the other games, for example, Metal Gear Solid 4, and then you go back to this one, everything just seems so outdated. Metal Gear 2 does have that problem as well, but fix it up with, engaging enough gameplay so that you can stay hooked. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to put this one in like C tier. Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. Okay, listen. Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. It's a good game. The gameplay is really good, and I think that the story is also very good. My only problem with it is that there's not enough content. However, it was revolutionary at the time and is basically kind of its own little minigame. And it does have a ton of side quests or side missions as it is, especially the deja vu missions, which are they're great. I love the writing one. So B, we're putting in B. What is that? Is that he's no? This is Portable Ops. Okay, Portable Ops. Portable Ops is good, but I just don't think it had a strong enough story to carry it, and being above other games. So I'm gonna say C. And also, the gameplay is it's odd. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. A. Fight me. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is. It took a step back, from the gameplay we were used to upon the release of Metal Gear Solid 4, but it created an engaging enough gameplay loop so that you could stay engaged. You know what I mean? It it lacks story, but makes up for it in memorable characters and boss fights. And the music is good. So, yeah. Metal Gear Solid 2. Now, this was actually the first game I beat in the series, so. And I thought it was pretty good. It left a good impact on me, and, anybody who's played it can obviously, you can vouch for the fear of the AI scene. Oh, I hated that so much. The part where the colonel goes, right, and turn the game console off right now. I thought that was pretty scary and really shivered my timbers and rattled my bones as it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say A. Metal Gear Solid 3 S. There's no debating it. Metal Gear Solid 3 has by far one of the strongest stories in the series, and has the best boss fights. I like really like the gameplay in it, but I think it's very easy to get caught. And the tactical part really goes into play here, where you have a pretty big arsenal, so you can basically just ignore stealth and go around killing everybody, which does make the Sorrow fight harder, but makes it a little more interesting to see all the enemies you've killed. Metal Gear Solid 4. Unpopular opinion? S. Ooh, Metal Gear Solid 4 is so good. For a while, it was my favorite game in the series. Love the gameplay, love the boss fights, love the story. I've seen people argue that since it's mainly cutscene based, and it's not as strong. But I think that the cutscene carried the cinematic moments that then drove you into gameplay that felt meaningful, rather than barrage you with lame ass side missions, or barrage you with codec calls that don't mean anything. It it presented to you a very interesting story, and I think it left the biggest impact on me. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. High A. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker is a very emotional story. I really liked it. I felt that the boss fights were really weak though, and the missions also felt really weak. But I think it's definitely one of the higher ones. Now this, my next option here could have my head on a pike. So be mad at me, but I'm gonna put Metal Gear Solid 5 D. Listen, Metal Gear Solid 5 started off on a very high note. The hospital mission was very cinematic, but it kind of loses that kind of story and turns into kind of a Ubisoft, do pick up 50 glim chips, or just do something that has no real impact on the story. I do say though, um, when you do get into the story, it is pretty good. So I guess I'll bump it up to a C. Metal Gear Solid. S. Metal Gear Solid has by far one of the coolest stories in the series. Not the most emotional, but it really, gives off the feeling of tactical espionage. And the reason I put it higher above, Metal Gear Solid 2 is because, less codec calls. And Metal Gear Survive, the final one. Listen, F. F. Shit sucks. Metal Gear Survive fucking sucks. It's really bad. It's terrible. If you like this game, you have something wrong with it. Not only is it an insult to Metal Gear as a whole, it's hardly a Metal Gear game. You literally just kill zombies. That's it. There's no story. There's no actual events happening. It just kills zombies. And already, how I said I didn't really like the lame, the kind of lame side missions in Metal Gear Solid 5, this game is just all that. It's all lame side missions. It's really bad. And I think it's an insult to, Kojima's legacy as a whole. And what I am doing, I am looking forward to the new Metal Gear Solid Delta game. So, yeah. And this video is also my filler content, because my audio quality for Resident Evil 3 has been shit, as you can clearly see in the Nemesis video. But it'll be coming soon, and that's my tier list. I'm happy to take discussion with the comment. So subscribe, like, and I'll see you.